Our story begins over 3,000 years ago in the ancient Near East. The land we now know as Israel was once home to a number of ancient civilizations, including the Canaanites and Philistines. However, it was the Israelites, a Semitic people, who established a significant presence here. According to the Bible, the Israelites were led by figures like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and later by Moses, who is said to have led them out of slavery in Egypt. Under the leadership of King David, around 1000 BCE, the Israelites established the Kingdom of Israel with its capital in Jerusalem. David's son, Solomon, built the first temple, a center for Jewish worship. However, after Solomon's death, the kingdom split into two, Israel in the north and Judah in the south. In the 8th century BCE, the northern kingdom of Israel was conquered by the Assyrians, and later, in 586 BCE, the southern kingdom of Judah fell to the Babylonians. The first temple was destroyed, and many Jews were exiled to Babylon. This period, known as the Babylonian exile, was a time of deep reflection and the development of Jewish religious texts. In 539 BCE, the Persian Empire under Cyrus the Great conquered Babylon and allowed the Jewish people to return to their homeland. They rebuilt the temple in Jerusalem, marking the beginning of the Second Temple period. For the next several centuries, the region was under the control of various empires, including the Persians, Greeks, and finally the Romans. In 70 CE, after a Jewish revolt against Roman rule, the Second Temple was destroyed. This marked the beginning of the Jewish Diaspora, where Jews spread out across the Roman Empire and beyond. Despite the loss of their temple and homeland, the Jewish people maintained their religious and cultural identity throughout centuries of exile. After the fall of the Roman Empire and the destruction of the Second Temple, the Jewish people found themselves dispersed across Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa. This period, spanning from the 5th to the 15th century, was marked by both flourishing communities and intense persecution. In medieval Europe, Jews often lived in separate quarters known as ghettos. Despite facing restrictions on their professions and heavy taxation, Jewish communities became vital centers of trade, scholarship, and religious study. Jewish scholars contributed to various fields, including medicine, philosophy, and science, and the Talmud, a central text in Jewish law, was further developed during this time. However, the medieval period was also marked by significant hardships. Jews were frequently scapegoated for societal problems, leading to expulsions, forced conversions, and massacres, such as those during the Crusades. In Spain, under Christian rule, Jews faced the brutal Inquisition, culminating in the expulsion of Jews from Spain in 1492. Yet, through all these trials, the Jewish people preserved their identity, culture, and faith. Fast forward to the late 19th century, when the Zionist movement began to gain momentum. Founded by Theodor Herzl, Zionism was a response to centuries of persecution and aimed to establish a Jewish homeland in Palestine, which was then part of the Ottoman Empire. Following World War I and the fall of the Ottoman Empire, the League of Nations granted Britain the mandate to govern Palestine. Jewish immigration increased during this time, leading to tensions with the Arab population. After World War II and the horrors of the Holocaust, more Jews immigrated to British Palestine. Because of this, tensions between Jews and Arabs reached a boiling point. In response, the United Nations proposed a partition plan in 1947, which aimed to create separate Jewish and Arab states, with Jerusalem under international administration. While the Jewish community accepted the plan, viewing it as a step towards establishing their long-sought homeland, the Arab leaders rejected it, refusing to cede what they saw as Arab land. The plan's rejection led to increased violence and ultimately the First Arab-Israeli War following Israel's declaration of independence in 1948. Since its founding, Israel has faced numerous conflicts, including the Six-Day War in 1967, where Israel captured significant territories, and the Yom Kippur War in 1973. These wars, along with ongoing disputes over land and sovereignty, have made the Israeli-Palestinian conflict one of the most enduring and contentious issues in global politics. Today, Israel is a modern nation with a diverse society, a thriving economy, and a vibrant culture. It remains at the center of global attention, not only because of its historical and religious significance, but also due to its strategic importance in a turbulent region. And also the current permanent media presence due to the Israel-Palestine war. But this topic would be too much for this video. I know it's a heated topic, but as always, be kind in the comments. This was a short trip to the history of Israel. Like, if you enjoyed it and subscribe, let me know if you want to know about a topic mentioned in this video in detail.